Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be reviewing the most anticipated and talked about Kayali fragrance that just launched. It is the Kayali Sugared, no, I think it's vanilla sugared, no, oh my, this is messy. It is Kayali vanilla, okay, let me do this again. Let me just read my notes. This is the Kayali Vanilla Royal Sugared Patchouli, and this fragrance is making the round on YouTube. The reviews are all over the place. People love it, hate it, don't know, and I will just give my 2 cents to add to this melting pot of opinions. So stay tuned. So to start, I would say that this is half what I expected and half what I did not expect. If what you expected is from what the reviewers have been saying, then yeah. If what you didn't expect is how it was promoted, then yeah. It was promoted as the older sister to the loved and popular Vanilla 28, which it is not even close to being similar. I would say the closest thing they have together is that they're from the same brand and they both feature the note of vanilla. Aside from that, this is its own fragrance. You've probably heard that before, and you can definitely have this one and the Vanilla 28, no problem. So yes, the first time I sprayed this fragrance, I did not like the opening. For me, the opening was scratchy and boozy. And when I mean scratchy, it was almost like the other notes wanted to like come out, but like they couldn't because the alcohol was like suppressing them, basically. I don't know, that's the best way I can put it. But once it's on my skin, it kind of morphs into this really nice patchouli fragrance. You guys probably know if you've watched my other videos, I am not a big fan of patchouli whatsoever. It is one of my least favorite notes, number 1 being saffron. I cannot stand saffron in fragrances. It is, let me just not get started with that. But I do not like patchouli usually in fragrances, but this is a good patchouli. This is a patchouli that I can bear. Maybe not like, I can't spray this too much, but a little bit of this does go a long way. The first night I sprayed that, it was overwhelming and I felt like the scent was definitely too much for my nose. Once it dries down, maybe an hour or so after, it does become more creamy and more bearable and nicer, and it's more fun. The second day I wore this, I did spray it a little bit less and I sprayed it more on my clothing, which I feel for this fragrance is my preferred way of wearing it, just because I feel like, again, the patchouli on my skin is not my favorite. So if you do not like patchouli, I know sometimes people say like this might be the one that you're gonna like. Honestly, not, just because it's such a predominant note in this fragrance that I would not recommend it if you do not like patchouli. Aside from this, everything that is in there is there. I would say if you want to put creme brulee as a note, because I feel like that's the note that really sold it for a lot of people, is the creme brulee note, just because it just sounds so delicious and so gourmand. But I don't really get creme brulee. I do get a sweetness and a bit of a milky custardiness, like really lightly, like that's me reaching a bit at the dry down. If you're able to get the creme brulee note, you know what, you have the best skin chemistry I know with this fragrance, because I do not get the creme brulee at all, which I think was the note that most people wanted to smell, because that note just sounds so delectable and so interesting. But I just get mostly the booze, I get the patchouli, I get the sweetness, the sugared part of it for sure. It's a nice scent. Honestly, I can't say it's a bad scent. It is nice. Like, I wore this today at church and I got a compliment. So this smells good. And actually got a compliment yesterday also when I was wearing it, because today's my 3rd day, so I'm doing a 2-day type of situation. So yesterday I went to a Christmas party and my friend hugged me and she said, "You smell good." And I said, "Yeah, it's Kayali Vanilla Royal Sugared Patchouli. This name is too long. I'm sorry. This name is too long. Let me just call it Vanilla Royal. Kayali Vanilla Royal. So I got a compliment out of this. And honestly, when I wear it on my clothing and I smell it throughout the day, it does smell good. Like, I'm always like, I smell good. It smells good. I won't buy a full bottle, but it smells good. It's nice. It is more Middle Eastern, I feel like, in terms of like the scent profile. It's kind of honestly reminiscent to Amber Invite Only from Kayali, and I did not like that fragrance either, but they're really reminiscent. When I just smell it like this, they smell alike. When I spray it, this turns into something else. So let me just get into the notes quickly. I think everybody knows the notes, but just in case you don't know the notes of this fragrance, it is top notes of vanilla or orchid, creamy jasmine, and golden rum. Like I said, the rum is really predominant there. Middle notes, we have vanilla infusion, vanilla strapsulu, tonka bean accord, spicy rose bouquet. I do not get the rose. Smoky leather and creme brulee. I don't really get the smoky leather, honestly. Either it's blended really nicely that all those notes are just like in there, making it its own scent, which I guess that's what it is. But I can't see I'm getting any of those notes alone aside from the rum, a bit of that vanilla, and the patchouli. And let's conclude with the base notes are sugared patchouli, musk, brown sugar, amber, and royal oud. I do not get the oud. I do get a bit of amber. Honestly, I do get a really strong dose of amber, I would have to say. Like amber, rum, sweetness, patchouli, and like a vanilla at the base to like kind of hold everything together. That's essentially what I'm getting. It is a nice fragrance. It is a bougie fragrance. Like, it smells like you're going to an event. Like, it doesn't smell like you're just going about your day to go buy grocery, you know. It smells like you're wearing a beautiful gown and you're going out and you're living your best life. It does smell like an event. So in that sense, it is perfectly marketed for that. I really like it. Honestly, I will be happy wearing this 10 ml. You know what? I might bring this to my New York trip for Christmas and wear this at night. Like, this is a vibe. Like, I could pair this with my Tonkaid. Ooh, I feel like this would be a vibe. Okay, like, or Peregrina. Ooh, that would be good. Okay, I might bring the 3 of them. We'll see. But this is nice. It's a good fragrance. I think where the whole everybody's really separated with the reviews is just because it was advertised so much that it was going to be like vanilla 28. I think that threw a lot of people off when they smelled this and they were just like, this is not it. And also the notes of creme brulee, that was such an anticipated note and a fragrance, especially when the house of Mahita Escapade Gourmande is such a big talk right now. It's like everybody wants this fragrance, everybody wants to sample it, and that one has a beautiful vanilla custardy smell to it. So I think because that fragrance is so popular and then you add creme brulee to this, I think people were expecting like a decadent Kayali 28 mixed with Escapade Gourmande smashed together and create like a baby, which honestly, you know what, if somebody's out there is watching, let's make that happen. But yeah, I think that's where most of the, I wouldn't say confusion, but most of the critique is coming from. But if you look at it as if Mona never said it was gonna be similar to Vanilla 28, then I think people would give this more of a chance. But aside from that, it's a beautiful fragrance. If those notes sound appealing to you, honestly, it's Kayali, you can't go wrong. It is nice. This one projects a bit more than the others, but for me it still kind of falls in that same category. I would say on clothing it lasts long, so longevity is not an issue. And aside from that, buy it if you feel like it. If you don't want to, don't buy it. Honestly, regardless, Vanilla 28 is still supreme in terms of vanillas, so I think we can be okay. And honestly, just mix this with Vanilla 28 and you're probably gonna get the dose of vanilla that you want, or mix it with Escapade Gourmande and you're probably gonna get the creme brulee effect that you want. So win-win if you really want to have that in your collection, because the bottle is exquisite. It is beautiful. Who doesn't want a nice golden bottle on their vanity? I personally don't really care for that, but if that's what you like, then go for it, because I honestly think it's a nice fragrance. And yeah, I will use my 10 ml, but I will not be purchasing a full bottle. So that's it for today. I thank you so much for stopping by my little channel, and see you on the next video. Bye guys.